Hi guys, welcome to my channel and my space. For those of you who are new, my name is Raquel. Thank you so much for clicking on welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for all of your kind support, for helping this family grow. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you're staying safe during this time. This is a video all about the zodiac. So I'm going to be talking about each sign and their characteristics, what planet rules them. And then I'm also going to be talking about cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs, and also the energies that go along, or what the energies are with fire, water, earth, and air. I will include timestamps in the description box as well as the comments below. That way, if you've watched the video and you've forgotten something and you need to reference it, you can come back to the video and click the timestamp. I've got a few updates that I want to talk about my channel. So if you don't want to hear the updates, you can go ahead to the timestamps. But this is just so that you all are aware of what's going on with my channel. All right, so I've decided to add new content that kind of ties in with my original content. So it's basically all pretty much the same thing, except I'm adding different areas of that. I'm still doing tarot. I'm adding astrology. I'm still doing my spirit talks, and I'm still doing my spooky stories because I feel like that's all spiritual based, and that's what this channel is about. It's a spiritual based channel. With that being said, I'm only going to do tarot videos for the month and for the love of the month for each zodiac sign. I'm still going to do my one weekly video with all the signs in it, and birthday blessing videos or pick a pile videos. So that's what I'm going to do for my tarot, and those are the only things I'm doing for my tarot. For my astrology videos, it's all about the basics of astrology. So we're starting off with the basics. So these are very generic. I will get in depth later with it. I will add a little bit more complicated things to it later on in the summer once we all got the basics down. And then I am doing my Spooky Story Sundays where I recount my own paranormal events and paranormal events of others. And my spirit speaks to help you, it's kind of like a spiritual check-in is basically what I should call it. So I can, let you know some tips and tricks how to deal with the world spiritually as we go through each week of the month. All right, with all that being said, here, my April love monthlies for each zodiac sign will be out next week. All right, I know it's coming a little late, but I've kind of had to revamp and rework my channel because of my energy flows and what has gone on. So I'm have to readjust my schedule and my filming schedule. So yeah, that's why I'm a little bit behind right now, and I'm trying to play catch up. All right, so we're going to get into this now at 4:05, 4:06, whatever. All right, so we're going to be talking about the cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs first. Cardinal signs. We hear this, some of you may have already heard, cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Some of you may have questioned it. I know that I am a member of an astrology page on Facebook, and somebody asked in that group to explain the cardinal, fixed, and mutable. These energies are really just basic. Cardinal is leadership. Cardinals are the leaders. They are the insinuators, the ones that get things going, the ones that bring out the ideas. They are the ones that get the ball rolling, all right, so to speak. And they foresee over everything. Fixed signs. Now, these are like the soldiers. They take something, they take an idea that's in place, and they fixate on it. They will go until they accomplish what they need. It's almost kind of like, and if you think about what the fixed signs are, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo, when they have a goal in mind, nothing deviates them from that goal. They keep going for it. They want to obtain it. They fixate on it. So that's how I remember fixed signs. Mutable, they're more wishy-washy. They can go with the flow. They can adjust. They can, how do I put this? Instead of fixating on a goal, if they fixate on a goal and they see that it's not working out, they will move on to something else. They're very flowy, very wishy-washy. And if you think about the mutable signs, we have Gemini, we have Pisces, we have Sagittarius, we have Virgo. Well, Virgos, they plan a lot, but still, that's what I'm getting at, is like they can bend, they can, change with the times. They are very adaptable. They're very mutable. And a lot of the times people overspeak them. Like if they have a good idea, somebody will overspeak that, usually a cardinal or a fixed, because they have more, I'm not saying that the mutable signs are pussies by any chance or means. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they tend to give in a lot. They tend to give in to make the whole happy. That's the mutable energy. They get out-talked a lot, or they get outweighed a lot. The fixed, like I said, Scorpio, Leo, sorry, I had to think. Scorpio, Leo, why isn't it coming to me? Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius. They will go for their goal, and they will overpower the mutable signs, okay? The cardinal signs, they're the ones that like break up the arguments. They're the ones that, oversee things. They're the ones that take charge. Libra, Cancer, Aries, and Capricorn. They are the organizers. They're the ones that have the idea and make sure everybody's following through. Now, if you notice on your birth chart, you might see, especially if you use Astrology, I have a link in the description box below so you can get your own birth chart. If you use Astrology, you'll see a little box over on the side when you get your chart, and it says it goes CFM. That stands for Cardinal, Fixed, and Mutable. And it will tell you what element you have, in each sign. Are you more cardinal? Are you more fixed? Or are you more mutable? Whatever you are more of, that is your personality. That's how you interact with people. All right, so that's the cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs. Now we're going to move on to the energies that the signs bring. So fire. Now fire, that's Aries. I'm sure you're all aware that it's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, fire is all about passion. It's about fun. It's about initiating things. It's about starting things. It's your desire. Mars, what do we have? We have Mars, Jupiter, and the sun. Those are all fiery like energies. Those are all initiators. Those are all big players. You know, you get the ball rolling. You do what you need to, okay? It's what you desire, your drive, your motivation. That's the fire energy. All right, so earth energy. Earth energy, I'm sure you all know, it's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Earth energy is a lot different from fire energy. It's more grounded, more stable, more level-headed, more down to earth. A lot of them go on logic. So what do we got? We got Mercury, Saturn, and Venus. So it's all about, like, you know, hearth, home, values, you know, your work, how you stay rooted, how you stay grounded, how you can go about life without getting carried away. It's about restriction, you know, if we're talking with, you know, those planets. But so that's the earth energy. Now, air energy, I'm sure you all know this as well, but if you don't, I'm going to say it anyways. We've got Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And if you look at the symbols for those, they always have two. Like the water bearer is always carrying two pails, Gemini represents the twins, and Libra represents the scales. And there's a reason for that, because it's air energy. It's up in the air. Air is your thoughts, your ideas. You both sides of the coin, weighing your options. You know, with Aquarius, with the water, it's like, do I do this ingenious idea or do I do that ingenious idea? You know what I mean? With Gemini, it's like, do I talk this way or do I talk that way? With Libra, it's, is this person being fair? Is that person being fair? So it's kind of, you know, it's all about logic. It's about your thoughts, your minds, your creativity, because creative thoughts come from air. And if we think about it, the planets that are here are Venus, Saturn, and Uranus, and Mercury for the air signs. So it's very, 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 when I think of air energy, it's all about thought. It's all about idea. It's all about, you know, also not, you know, being a free spirit, being free to do what you want, when, like, think what you want. Air signs do not like being told what to think. If you have a lot of air sign placements, especially if they are cardinal, not cardinal, especially, you know, if you have all three of those that are really big placements, you do not like being told what to do. You do not like being told how to think. That is air energy. Okay, so now we're going to go into water. And the water element, or the water elements here, or signs here, they are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Now, with water, that's all about your emotions. That's about your intuition. That's about how you can emotionally react. When you are a lot of water sign, your emotions dictate how you go about in life. Water, let's see, what planets do we got working with here? We've got the moon. We've got Neptune and Jupiter. We've also got Pluto and Mars. So lots of warring within the emotions, expansion within the emotions, intuition. This is what water is about, okay? It's about how you use your emotions, what your emotions are. All right. It's also about being fluid and being able to go with the flow. If you think about Pisces and that Neptunian like energy, it's very dreamy. right? They can go with the flow. They like to have fun. They're happy. But internally, they might not realize their own hidden emotions because they just want to flow through life. They want to have fun. They want to be optimistic. So whenever negative energy comes in, it's like they hide it and they might not even realize that they're doing it. All right. And then like with Scorpio, being a water sign, Scorpios are very, investigative. It's like when they have their own emotional turmoil going on with inside themselves, they don't confront that emotional turmoil. They'll look to others to see how others are confronting their own emotions. It's like they really want to investigate and see how humans deal with their own emotions because they have a hard time dealing with their own emotions. When we talk about, Cancer is very nurturing because, they don't feel like they are getting that nurturing themselves. They don't feel like they are getting loved or being loved. So in order to feel love, they give love to others. So this is how, these dynamics work. If you look up on Astrology and you look up your birth chart and you see that little square, like I told you about with the CFM, the fixed, cardinal, and mutable, you will also see, or I can't remember how they do it, but they have like each element on the side of the box. So like if you have a cardinal sign and you see like every single element in the cardinal sign, wow, people need to stay out of your way. But it's just saying that you're mainly cardinal, but you're made up of a lot of this sign or a lot of these energies. If you may also notice that you have more water in that box than you do earth, or you might have more fire in that box than you do air, or what have you. That is the main element you are comprised of. You're comprised of the other elements that are in that box, but that is the dominant one. All right. Okay, so now we are going to get on to the zodiac. All right, so starting off with the zodiac, it's in a wheel like you can see in the birth charts. And what the zodiac represents is all of our areas of life and what energies we bring to that area of our life. Now, there are 12 houses and there are 12 zodiacs. Each zodiac rules a certain house. And you will notice, like in a regular birth chart, like not somebody else's birth chart, but just the birth chart in general, Aries sits in the first house and it just goes all the way around the wheel. That is the wheel of the zodiac. Now you'll notice with your birth chart, another zodiac sign might be in that first house. It might not be Aries. It might be, Taurus, or it might be Gemini or something like that in the first house. It's just saying that you're bringing that energy to Aries energy in that first house, if that makes any sense, along with the planets and the planets are using that energy. The planets are using the energy, and that's what the planets are doing there. So like, say you have Mercury there, and say you have Mercury in the first house and you have Gemini in the first house. Okay, so you have Mercury in the first house and Gemini in the first house. The first house is yourself. It's who you are. It's, your physical body. So somebody with Gemini, being the sign in the first house and Mercury being the planet in the first house, it might speak of somebody who talks a lot, who has lots of ideas, who is, imparting their ideas on people constantly. All right. Because first house is Aries energy. So it's like that initiator, that go-getter energy. So that's basically how you put it together. But as you can see with the zodiac, it's very, the wheel, the zodiac wheel, each house is assigned a different zodiac because that's the energy that's brought to that house. All right. Okay, so now we are going to get into each zodiac. I'm going to let you know what house they represent and what planet is their main planets. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries. Now, Aries, it makes sense to start with the first house, right? And Aries rules the first house. Mars rules Aries and the first house. Now, Aries is all about, since it's the first house, it's like the newborn. It's like that new energy, okay? So it can be very spontaneous. They act before they think, okay? That is kind of like the energy that Aries brings. It's a fire element, so it like ignites and initiates. But since it's the first zodiac sign, it kind of acts before thinking. They're very brave. They're go-getters. They do have a quick temper, and they will be quick to temper, but the temper will be gone just as quick as it came. They're a cardinal, so they're a cardinal sign. So they are a leader. It's like that leadership sign. All right. They're the leaders of the fire element. They're fighters. They like to initiate. They like to act. And that is the energy of Aries. It rules the first house of self. So it's all about your body, the way you present yourself in the world. This is why the first house, like if you see a birth chart and you see there's a line like this and there's a line like this, okay? And you see AC over here, this is your rising sign. And then right here is the first house. The reason why we have a rising sign, because this is the first house of self. This is how people perceive you. This is how you put yourself off to the world. This is your body, how you look. So your rising sign is basically how you put yourself out to the world. So if you are an Aries rising, that means that your chart ruler, the planet that rules your chart is Mars. You initiate things, you go for things, you are the one to take that first step. You have that bravery, you have the guts to get the ball going. All right, that is what that means. All right, so now we're going to move on. Taurus. My little bulls. Okay, so you're a fixed sign. And that makes you very stubborn, but you know, stubborn is a good trait to have, especially when you want to accomplish goals. You will work hard to accomplish that goal, but once that goal is accomplished, then you need to relax. You need to take it, you know, kick back, be a little bit lazy, because they do get lazy. Taurus, the energy of Taurus likes the creature comforts. They like soft things, you know, texture, what feels good on them, like soft clothes, you know, lotions, stuff like that. They like touch. Touch is very big for them. They like nice aesthetics because Venus is their ruling planet. So they like to have a home that's beautiful. They like to be able to invite people over to their home. They are homebodies. They really like the stability of their own home. A lot of them love to entertain. They're great cooks. They love food. Because Taurus, you rule, or the Taurus energy rules the second house. And the second house is possessions, what you value, what you love, what you have that comforts you. It's your stability. Okay, and that's all the energy of a Taurus. That's what Taurus embodies. You like beauty, you like the material things, you like, but you have a heart of gold. You love that, you find value in love. You are extremely loyal. A lot of the fixed signs are extremely loyal because once they go for something and they see something, they are fixated on something. So you are an extremely loyal sign. You're a hard worker as well. You're an earth sign, so that keeps you very grounded, very stable. So it's no wonder that you love to be a homebody. Now, okay, if you are a Taurus rising, that means that your ruling planet is Venus, and that's what you show to people. So if you are a Taurus rising, you definitely like to entertain. You definitely like to have people over to your house. You definitely like to look nice when you go out in public. That means a lot to you. So if you're a Taurus rising, that's what it is. But the energy of the Taurus, that's what Taurus is in general. So whether you're a Taurus sun or a Taurus moon, it doesn't matter. You will probably have those same characteristics. It's just that you are not as open and out to the world with them. All right, so now we are going to move on. Gemini, the twins. Like I was talking about when I was talking about the air signs, you have two sides. It's like, should I say this or should I say that? Should I, act on this idea or should I act on that idea? It's like you got the warring, the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the other shoulder. You are in the epitome of angel, devil. And that gives you a bad rap in the zodiac sign. I'm not going to lie. A lot of air signs have bad rap. But Gemini, you are very, very, very loving. You are very kind. And yeah, you can be that energy can be manipulative because we have the devil on one side and the angel on the other side. But you can also, your thoughts, the way that you communicate, the way that you talk to people is very soothing. You could make a good therapist because you're very good at expressing your idea. You might find that with the Gemini energy, you will get overridden by others, by like a cardinal sign or a fixed sign. But in the most part, you're very good at communication. You're very good at talking to people. You could be a salesperson. You're very good with sales because you know how to talk to people. You're very social. You love to learn. If you get onto something, you start learning it. But see, here's the thing. You'll start learning it, and then if it gets too complicated, it'll bore you because you'll get bored with it and you'll want to move on to something else. Because you get creative, ingenious ideas all the time. And it's like you'll fixate on one, but then it'll lose its luster, you'll get bored with it, so then you'll move on to the next thing instead of seeing this thing all the way through. Mercury rules you, and Mercury is all about communication. It's about starting new learning techniques or new learning, anything to do with books. Some of you are very good readers. You make good writers. Geminis make very good writers. You love being social. You like going on trips, but with the Gemini energy, it's like you want to be like in your neighborhood or like in your state. You don't want to really like go overseas or stuff like that. You like to tend to stay within the country or within the state. And you don't like to be away from your home too long. You like to fly, but then on the other hand, you get nervous when you fly, so you'd rather just be home. So you got two sides saying, let's go here. But then your other side is saying, well, I can't go there. What happens? You know, like you let your thoughts, sometimes you get caught up in your thoughts and you let your thoughts get the better of you, basically. It also rules siblings. So, you know, you might be the one that initiates the conversation with your siblings. You might be the one that overtalks your siblings, unless they are a cardinal or a fixed sign. But you do have a strong love for your siblings. Like your brother, your sister means the world to you. They are like, I mean, they mean the world to everybody, but that Gemini energy, really, it's like your siblings mean the world to you. And you ruled the third house of communication, how you communicate, how you talk. That's also the house of siblings. So how you grew up with your siblings, how you interact with your siblings, what is their relationship with your siblings? That's a focus for Gemini. It means a lot. It's very important to them. All right, so if you are a Gemini rising, this one's kind of hard, but if you are a Gemini rising, so that's what you're putting out to the world. You're putting out this very smart, social butterfly. You are a social butterfly, a smart social butterfly. But you're also putting off this energy like where, you know, people could be seeing you for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. You're going out, you're having fun, and then all of a sudden a month, nobody sees you. It's like, where'd the Gemini go? Gemini's at home doing her own thing because she's tired of, she's already tired of all that socializing. She needs to distance herself for a little bit. But that's basically what you put off to the world. You're very communicative. You're a big talker if you're a Gemini rising. All right, so now we're going to move. Oh, like I said, your energy is mutable too. All right, and you are air, okay? Just making sure I get everything here. All right, I will drop, little notes, section notes in the comment section below, or in the description box below, so that you can, if you are taking notes, you can write this down. All right, so we're going to move on. Cancer. All right, so we're going to talk about Cancer energy. Now, Cancer is the crab, and Cancer is water. The crab has a lot going on internally. The crab has been through some stuff, through some emotional stuff. Usually in the upbringing, this is how Cancer's that Cancer-like energy, there is something with the mother or something with the way that you were nurtured, but Cancers have this thick shell around their emotions. They don't want people to see them cry. They don't want people to see, them break down, because they want to be that pillar of strength for those around them. They want to be the nurturer. They want to give love. They want to give love because that's how they feel love. So if you are with a Cancer and they are very kind and nurturing and they are doing things for you, know you are loved by them. If they don't say it all the time, but they show it by doing things for you, that's Cancer-like energy. They might not say it all the time. They'll do it through action. But, on the other hand, depends on what else is in your chart. They might. Cancer rules the fourth house, which is all about home and family, your roots. So Cancers really like the home. Just like Taurus likes the home, Cancers love the home. They love being home. They want the people within their home to feel safe. They want to be that pillar of support for the people within their home. they're very motherly. They're very nurturing. And because they are a water sign, they are very intuitive, especially since the moon rules them. They can be very, very, very psychic. Also, because they are a cardinal sign, it's like they have to be the leader of the family. They have to gain recognition for being leader of the family. But they want it in a way that's not superficial. They want it in a way that's more, humble. They're not doing it to be superficial. They're doing it to, it's a humbling thing, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. They do tend to, if somebody is disloyal to them, they do tend to turn their backs on them because they feel like, I gave you all this kindness, I gave you all this nurturing, and all you did was hurt me. So they will shut you out, and it's very hard once a Cancer shuts you out to penetrate that armor again, to get back in again. Once they close you out, you are out. Because that's how Cancer works. It's like, I'm going to be nurturing, I'm going to be caring, I'm going to be motherly towards you, but then you're going to hurt me. I'm not going to deal with that. Like, that's how Cancers are. They're water signs, but they're cardinal water signs. So, they really do have control over their emotions, but they have control over their emotions in a way that they have that outer shell. So they are the type that will cry in quiet. Now this is not for every single Cancer. Like I said, depends on what's in your chart. This is just the Cancer energy in general, but they will hide their emotion, and then they will go behind closed doors and they will have a cry it out. Cancer, if you are a Cancer rising, what you are putting off to the world is a very motherly, nurturing nature. You are probably the mother hen within your friend groups, or the papa rooster within your friend groups, I guess, or the papa lion. I don't know, not a lion. Papa bear. You're either the papa bear or you're the mama bear within your social cliques. A lot of them come to you for advice, emotional support. You're there for comfort. You are a shoulder to cry on, because you understand what they are going through because you've gone through that. Your ruling planet, if you are a Cancer rising, the planet that rules your entire chart is the moon. So the moon cycles, especially for you, are very important. You might find that around a full moon, you just can't help it. Your emotions come out. Or you might find that around, a new moon, you are more stoic and more to yourself. Depends on the moon phases, too. You got to find out what moon you were born during, like whether it was full, new, waxing gibbous, waning gibbous. There's different moon cycles, but for you, moon cycles will benefit you a lot with dealing with your emotions. All right, so now we're going to move on. Leo. Leo. You are a fire sign. I'm pretty sure you know that already, but the Leo energy is all about fire energy. So you're brave, you're bold. You need to be the center of attention. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. The Leo energy needs to be the center of attention. It's kind of like, I am lion, hear me roar type energy. You're very loyal because you are a fixed sign, for one, and for two, lions are loyal. So it brings that loyalty, that royalty energy, all right? You're very childlike, but not in a bad way, in a good way, to where you can get others to relax, have fun, be optimistic, because it's childlike energy here. It's in the 5th house of children, fun, games, leisure, what you like to do on your free time. It's very innocent and pure energy. because we're talking about, the sun rules you. So it is that innocent, that essence of you, that essence that you came into this life with, right? So with Leo, the essence that they truly are is innocence. All right. They're very bold, brave, fun to hang around. Some of my best friends are Leos. I love hanging around with Leos. But they do have a temper. I will say that they do have a temper. That Leo-like energy is that lion-like energy. They will roar. Okay, they will roar. Once you tick a Leo off, you do not want to hear the roar. You don't want to be on the other end of that. All right. But other than that, like I said, your planet that rules you is the sun. It is the 5th house of fun and games, of, children and happy times and what you like and just fun and indulgence, what you do, what your recreational thing is. So, you're very much, if you're a Leo, you're very much into, you could be a video gamer, or you could be, a gambler, or you could be, stuff like that. You're really into having fun, playing games, being out there. That's that Leo energy, like the lion toys with the mouse before it eats the mouse, right? So that's what Leos do, like toying, having fun. Not necessarily in a bad way. Maybe that was a bad reference. You're a fixed sign. So when you focus on something, you focus on it. This is why Leos are very competitive. Leos are very competitive people. When they fix themselves on a goal, they need to reach that goal, and they need to be the best in that goal. So, yeah, that's Leo-like energy. If you have a Leo rising, that is how you are presenting yourself out into the world. You could be an athlete, really into, football, hockey, track, cheerleading, whatever it is, whatever sport, very sports oriented and very competitive. And that's what you're putting out to the world. And you like to be the center of attention. So when you're in your social gathering, people will notice you. Because fire is like that spontaneous, that, that let's do this, let's do that. Fire is very loud. It's very, very easy to kind of not see air, or not to really acknowledge air. It's very easy to not acknowledge water and stuff like that. But fire is bold and it demands attention. So that's what the energy is. That's what you're putting out there if you are a Leo rising. But you're also very brave, and you're very kind, and you're loyal to your social clique. You're loyal to your partner. All right. So we're going to move on. Wait. If you are a Leo rising, the sun is your planetary ruler, which makes you just out there. People will notice you because the sun is your ruler. A lot of famous people are Leo risings. So Virgo, the Virgo energy. All right, they're the organizers. They're the doers. I mean, they have lots of anxiety because they're thinking about every little detail, every little thing, how to make things better, how to make things more stable. A lot of Virgo-like energy is that anxious energy, is that little mouse energy. Whereas Leo is the lion, Virgo is the little mouse that's always anxious, always trying to, please this, please that, thinking of ways to escape the lion, basically has a lot of anxiety about the things that are going on in their world. This is Virgo energy, but they are very into health and your physical body. Like they are into, well, not your physical body, but like your health routines, because Virgo sits in the 6th house, which is health, daily routine and work. So a lot of Virgos are major workaholics. They're always on the go. They're like go, 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 do, do, do. You will notice of somebody who has a lot of Virgo in their chart if they are extremely skinny and they are working really hard. And I'm talking like probably a stellium somewhere, or, you know, if they have, you know, they're a Virgo sun and a Virgo moon, or if they're a Virgo rising and a Virgo sun. If they have a lot of Virgo in their chart, these people tend to be very skinny. Well, I don't want to say skinny, but like, you know, they're healthy looking. And I don't want to say it that way either because I don't want to offend anybody. They have more of a slimmer build because they're constantly on the go. They're constantly health conscious. They're thinking about what they're putting in their mouth. They're thinking about their daily routines. They're worried about catching something. They're worried about, you know, how their health is going. They're worried about their work, how they're doing in their work. They're worried about, you know, and it's not just that worry, like energy. They're smart, they're nurturing, they're kind, they're giving, they're great multitaskers because Mercury rules them as well. Mercury rules Venus, or Mercury rules Virgo, so they are very good communicators. A lot of them could have jobs within communication. Communication is going to be, if you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, communication is going to be very big for you. And like I said, the sixth house, that it carries Virgo energy. Virgo energy is the sixth house. So it's all about, you know, being organized, being, you know, on top of your game. You feel this urge to, you know, make sure everything is going right, not just for yourself, but for your family as well. Like I said, you know, different planets, different placements, you know, it affects everybody differently, but this is the main Virgo energy. This is an earth sign, so everything that they do, like, okay, so they're very health conscious because your body is like your stability. It's your earth, right? So that goes in with the Virgo energy as well. It goes in with the earth energy. They are workaholics because they need to maintain their stability. They have to be stable in their relationships. They have to be stable in their home. But they are mutable. So they are a mutable sign. So they do get overlooked a lot. And I think this is what kind of lends to their anxious energy, because like they'll come up with an idea or they'll come up with something and then somebody will, you know, override it or not follow through with it. And it's like they're being walked on basically. But, you know, with that mutable sign, it's okay because you can just walk on to somebody else who ain't going to do that to you, because that's how mutable signs are. You know, they can adapt, they can change. So Virgo, for you, you're all upset, you know, you get anxious over the littlest things, but you are very good at adapting. So you've got to learn to let that go. Like I said, they're workaholics because they want stability. If you are a Virgo rising, that's how you come off to the world. You might be that health nut at the gym. You might be that person that is, even on the weekends when you're home, you're putting off that energy that you're constantly on the go, 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 go. You are doing things around the house. You might be the one that organizes and plans a certain event, and then, you know, the fixed sign comes in and does stuff, and then you know, whatever. But you are like the organizer. Like people come to you and ask you, hey, can you help me? You might be a wedding planner or something like that, of that nature or that caliber, or a party planner. You're very good at planning things. So you're putting off that energy to the public. And as far as your physical body goes, what you're showing off is usually a slim a slim figure, a healthy, athletic, well, not athletic because you're really not into sports, but you're good at maintaining your health. And, Virgo risings, they are, I think of the Empress in the tarot card. You are because you are so health oriented and because you care about, other people and other things, you might come off as youthful towards other people. Other people might see you as this healthy person. You have the good looks, you have the beauty because you take care of your health. Now, that is what Virgo risings are. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Libra. Okay, so all my fellow Libras, you're an air sign, of course. Scales. Now, the Libra energy brings about the scales. So Libras, they have a sense of justice. They have a sense of duty. Like when two friends are butting heads, it's the Libra that comes in to try to referee, try to put an end to the argument. And they are known as like the judges of the Zodiac. They can be judgmental. Libra energy can be judgmental, but the Libra energy sees the points of both sides. They see all sides of the story and they weigh out the best compromise to fix the solution. Libras are problem solvers. They are very social. They are very flirty. Sometimes they're flirty and they don't know it because they are an air sign. So they're very flirty, very flighty. They are thinkers. They are listeners. They are very good at listening to other people's ideas because proper balance means a lot to them. And fairness means a lot to them. If they're doing something, the Libra energy is if I do something for you, I deserve and I should get the same thing back. They are very, they have a sense of fairness, a sense of justice within this. They rule the 7th house. The 7th house is relationships. It's your partner. It's your family, it's your friendships, it's all your relationships, how you interact, how the Libra, are things fair here within this relationship? Now, the planet that rules Libra is Venus. So Venus loves to love, loves the concept of love, loves the idea of love. And you will see that, where some Libras, they might seem a little wishy-washy, they do get a bad rep for being two-faced because they see both sides of the story and they are trying to maintain the peace between two people. So they will listen to this person and then they will go and listen to that person. And then, this person might be mad. This person over here might be mad that Libra is also listening to this person. So it's like, because they need to listen to both sides of the story before they form their own opinion, a lot of the Libra energy is indecisive. It's having a hard time making a choice because you're listening to both aspects and you're really thinking about both aspects before you make that decision. So they do tend to get a bad rap for being two-faced. It's not that they are maliciously doing it. It's that they want to make the best decision possible for all parties involved. Something that's going to be fair for all parties. They are peacekeepers. They like to keep the peace. They like everything peaceful. They like everything well balanced. if a Libra is unbalanced, you will know it. You will know it because they will not be themselves. They will be something totally different. Like I said, they rule the 7th house. Venus rules the 7th house. Venus rules them, just like Venus rules Taurus. So they can be very materialistic. They like beauty. They like aesthetic. They like a nice home. They like when they go out, because they do like, where Taurus likes to stay at home, Libras like to go out. They like to socialize. They like to, be in the mix, but they have to look good while they're doing it. They need to wear nice clothes. They need to have the nicer, finer things to give them that self-value within the relationships that they have. So, and they're a cardinal sign. So out of all the cardinal signs, they take on the leadership role in a more different approach. They're not very boisterous. They're not, well, I mean, they are flirty and they're loud and they make their opinions known, but they listen to the opinions of all the other cardinal signs. So it's not like, they are the leaders that this is whereas Aries is a leader where it's like this, it's my way or highway. Libras tend to be more flexible. It's like, I have this idea, I'm the leader, but I'm also going to listen to the people who I'm leading and see if they come up with any ideas as well. So it's kind of like, because they balance themselves out like that, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. They like a sense of fairness, a sense of justice. So it's not my way or the highway with Libra. Libra is the leader, but Libra will, if somebody else's idea is better, Libra will say, yeah, let's go with your idea. All right. They're that type of leader. Like I said, it rules the 7th house of love. All right. So if you are a Libra rising, then your main chart ruler is Venus. And so you are somebody that when you go out, you are very flirtatious. You might be flirting with people and you might not even know it. People will get mad at you or, if you're in a relationship, they'll get jealous because they think you're flirting, but you're like, no, I'm just socializing. I'm a Libra sun and that happens to me a lot. But anyway, so Libra rising. You have to look good. You have to present yourself in a good way for people. You love beauty and you're very creative. You can be creative. You're a creative problem solver. A lot of people come to you with their problems and their issues because you're good at seeing all sides of the story. Libra risings make good marriage counselors. They make good judges. They make good lawyers. They, anything to do with the justice field, Libra risings are very good at because that's what you're putting out to the world. They see you as a fair source to come to when a problem arises. All right, so let's move on. Scorpio, my fellow Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio rising, so. All right, so this is the Scorpio energy. The Scorpio energy is water energy, and you are a fixed sign. So, but your ruling planets are Pluto and Mars. So you are just a walking conundrum. You are constantly undergoing transformations throughout your life. You love to get to the nitty-gritty of other people's emotions. The Scorpionic-like energy, they're observers, they're listeners, they're investigators. They are very loyal because they are a fixed sign. If they are not loyal, it's because they felt like somebody did a disjustice to them and they need to retaliate because that's how Scorpio does it. You're very mysterious. You like to keep your own emotions, your own opinions. Some of you like to keep your own opinions to yourself until you've completely formed it, and then you let the world know. When you fixate on something, you fixate on it. Like if you want to learn something, you really, really dig in deep. You go to the deepest depths of everything that you're thinking about or you're trying to investigate, and you pull secrets out from the depths of people. People will come to you. People will come to you for advice because you're very good at keeping secrets as well. Scorpios are very mysterious because the 8th house, they rule the 8th house, and there is so much that goes on within that 8th house because it is the house of transformation. So this is death, sex, the occult, anything taboo, anything that it's our darker shadow side. So Scorpio energy is the darker shadow side of the zodiac. So it's like where you get your most transformation through your hurt, through your pain. And Scorpios have been through a lot of hurt and a lot of pain throughout their lifetime. And that's why they carry this air of mystery. It's because they are like that tortured soul. They've been through a lot. They've dealt with a lot emotionally. But they don't deal, the way that they deal with their emotions is they investigate the emotion, the same emotion in somebody else. The reason why Scorpio energy is so intimidating, if you see a Scorpio person and you're intimidated by them, or if you are a Scorpio person and people are intimidated by you, it's because when they look into your eyes, you've got these eyes that are like, they are so deep. They are so deep and they are so penetrating. When somebody looks at you subconsciously in the back of their head, you are reflecting to them what's wrong with them. You are making them think about their own shadow side. You're pulling up their shadow side. You do it unconsciously. You might not even know why you do it, but that's why that's the Scorpion-like energy. And don't get me wrong, Scorpios are very loyal and they are very kind. And if you make a friend of a Scorpio, that Scorpio will defend you tooth and nail. You can tell that to Scorpio anything. It doesn't matter what you did, what you're doing. Scorpios don't judge. So it's like, because they know about all darker sides of the world. They know about stuff like that. That's that Scorpion-like energy. But here's the kicker. If you betray a Scorpio, because Scorpios are very loyal, if you betray a Scorpio, they will sting back. And guess how they sting back? They know your secrets. They know and I'm not trying to dog Scorpios or anything like that, but it's just the truth. It's like they will take your secret to the grave. But if they feel like you've disloyaled them in some way or you have downed them in some way, expect those secrets to come out, because they do not take kindly to people being disloyal to them. They are very psychic. This is how they do their psychicness. Like what I was saying before, when you look at a Scorpio, they have these like deep, deep eyes. And it's almost hypnotic. Either you like them, either you love them, or you hate them. Either you are entranced by them or you're intimidated by them. There's no in between with them. And it's because they show you your own shadow side. They're like a mirror. There's so much that goes into the 8th house. I could sit here in the Scorpionic energy and the Pluto energy, and I could sit here and probably talk for an hour and a half, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go right in to, if you are a Scorpio rising like me, you have undergone lots of transformation within your lifetime. You have had so many hits, so many deep emotional pain. Could have been sexual abuse, could have been, just abuse in general. You could have come from a broken home where there was abuse going on. You could have come from, there's lots of emotional abuse. You've had a lot of emotional abuse within your lifetime. And because of that, what you're projecting out onto the world is usually you're happy. Usually you have a hard, I guess it depends on what other placements you have, but you have that inner pain. So if somebody who has that same inner pain comes in contact with you, they're either going to run from the hills because they haven't confronted that pain, or they're going to be intrigued by it. So that's what you're putting off to the world. You're also, lots of Scorpio risings, they have, it's the eyes. A lot of Scorpio risings, your eyes are so deep, people, like I said, either run from you or they love you. You have sharp features within your face, sharp cheek lines, sharp brow line, sharp nose, sharp jaw. There's some type of sharpness to your face. You also love the color black. That's the energy you're putting out there. You love the color black, or darker colors. You might not be into so much pattern. You might be into more of a plain thing because there's so much going on. I don't know. Specifically, I can't speak on that one aspect because everybody's charts are different. But definitely the sharpness to your face and your deep emotional eyes. That's what you're putting out to the world. You suck people in. You're like a soul reader, basically, or a mirror or a window. You reflect it back to them. All right. So we're going to move on. Before I move on, though, I forgot to say one thing. Scorpio, okay, so if you're a Scorpio rising, you have 2 ruling planets. You have Pluto and Mars, because Pluto and Mars co-rule Scorpio. This makes you I call it flirty fighter. You're very flirty. You got a fire in you. You do not take crap from anybody. And you're constantly in a sense of a perpetual transformation. So Scorpio-like energy, the 2 ruling planets are Pluto and Mars, and it rules the 8th house. All right, so now we're going to move on. Okay, so we're going to talk about Sagittarius now. So Sagittarius energy is mutable. It is fire energy, but your main planet, Sagittarius's main planet, the planet ruler for Sagittarius is Jupiter. So that's all about expansion. That's all freeing energy. With the fire, it's, needing to be seen, needing to be out there. But with the mutable energy, you're very flexible. You might travel a lot. Travel is a big sense for Sagittarius. Travel is important, long distance travel. They're the archer, so they are the straight shooter. They have a lot of luck. Sagittarius energy brings a lot of luck. And straight shooter, they're straight talkers. They tell you how it is. And if you don't like it, oh well, I'll just fly over here. That's how they are. They're Sagittarius brings a spiritual-like energy, brings belief-like energy. They can be stuck in their beliefs when they're younger, but as they get older, their belief system expands and they might change beliefs. They're very optimistic and they're very witty. They like to have fun. They are a fire energy. So it's all about passion, fun, desire, right? So they're very much into, they're very much into whatever drives them, whatever motivates them, whatever, they find passion in. But because they're mutable, what they find passion in can sometimes change. Sagittarius can be known, have that reputation as the playboy or the playgirl or whatever, because their passions can change. They, over time, if they get stagnant, it's like, I've been here too long. I need to do something else. I need to be passionate about something else again. I need that spark. I need that fire. They're very lucky. They are, like I said, that energy brings luck out of nowhere. They're very witty, very smart. They are knowledge seekers. They like to learn. They won't discredit somebody unless somebody is uncreditable. They will listen to what somebody has to say if somebody's trying to teach them something because they want to learn something. They like to expand their knowledge and their beliefs. So, and they're mutable. They take what they believe and they take what they don't want to believe. Also, they rule the 9th house, which is all about beliefs. It's about your belief structure. It's about your long distance travel. It's about your higher education. It's about expanding your world, right? So this is what Sagittarius energy is. It's about expansion. It's about, being happy, being optimistic, being that straight shooter. They usually are not liars. They will tell it like it is. And if you don't like it, bye. That's how they are. But that's the Sagittarius-like energy. And like I said, it has a lot to do with it. If you're not resonating with some of this and you're Sagittarius, it could be that you have other factors to play in your chart. But this is the main energy of Sagittarius. So if you are a Sagittarius rising, then Jupiter is your chart ruler, the planet Jupiter. So you have this big, bold personality. You can go into a situation and expand it. You can, a lot of these people are good at going into businesses and like fixing them up, making them better, expanding them. You put off to the world, you can be a competitive person because you have that straight shooter, you have that luck. So a lot of athletes come from Sagittarius risings because they have that luck within sports. They have that luck within athleticism. They have that luck within travel. So a lot of Sagittarius risings might look for a career in some type of sport or something where they can travel a lot, maybe, a professor, minister or something like that, a spiritualist, somebody who can travel. Actors can come out of this as well because it's like you just get that part. You know what I mean? You have that luck. You get that part because of your personality. That's what you're putting yourself out there as. So Sagittarius rising, you have a big expanded personality. People love to have you at their parties because you are the life of the party. You expand it, you make it bigger, you make it more fun. And the same with Leos. If you got a Leo and a Sag at a party, oh my God. Leo and Sag at a party, that's a party I want to go to. All right. But you're fire energy, so you're very spontaneous. You're very, you initiate things. You like to get things done. You like to try new things. You have new passions all the time. You might find that if you're a Sagittarius rising, you don't have one particular passion. It's like it changes all the time. But yeah, so that's the energy of Sagittarius. Okay, so Capricorn. Capricorn energy. Now, this energy is very stoic. It's very serious. It's not like Sagittarius energy, where Sagittarius is all happy, fun, jovial. Capricorn. Very serious, very strict. They do have a sense of humor, but their sense of humor is a lot different from others' senses of humor. They're the type that have kind of like a morbid sense of humor. You know, Scorpios have that morbid sense of humor as well. But Capricorn has a morbid sense of humor. And it's because they're so serious. Like, I think of, like, I really want to look at Will Ferrell's chart because, like, you know how Will Ferrell will come off in a movie and he'll be so serious, like he'll say something and everybody will just laugh and he'll be like, what? Like, I was serious. You know what I mean? Like, that's Capricorn humor right there for you. You're the goat. You're the hard worker. You don't mind social distancing. You don't mind not being social because you look at not being social as an opportunity to throw yourself into work. Because Capricorns are go-getters. They are the cardinal of the earth signs. They are the cardinal of the earth signs. They are the leader of the earth signs. So they need stability. Capricorn needs that stability. So it will work endlessly and tirelessly to create that stability. Because of that, a lot of them, the energy of Capricorn is a workaholic. They get down to brass tacks. They're thinkers. They're witty with their stoicness. They're strategists. They strategize. They're constantly strategizing. They're very career driven. They want to obtain that social status. They want to climb that social ladder or social mountain because they are the GOAT. They will oftentimes come into a lot of challenges and a lot of problems with doing this because Saturn rules Capricorn. So Saturn is that strict disciplinarian like energy that says you're doing this wrong, redo it. And that's what Capricorn does. They see that they do it wrong, so then they redo it. They are perfectionists in that way because status, career, even they are also materialistic. They want to have the finer things. They want to leave a legacy. So that is the Capricorn like energy. I think of, I forgot what they said. For those of women out there that read 50 Shades of Grey, I never read it. Personally, I got into it and I'm going off on a tangent. But I did see the movie. Christian. He is like Capricorn, total Capricorn right there is what I feel, because it's like that stoic, that dominating, that I am the leader. I know what's best. This is what we're going to do. And if you don't do it, you get a spanking, basically, right? So that is the Capricorn-like energy. It's very restricted. It's very set in its ways. It's very traditional. Tradition means a lot to a Capricorn. It's all about that seriousness, that leadership, that, there are going to be some challenges, and the Capricorn energy learns from those challenges. It sees challenges as opportunities to perfect something. All right. Okay. So if you are a Capricorn rising, that's what you're putting off to the world. You're putting yourself off as somebody serious, somebody who, you know, gets down to brass tacks, somebody that wants to make things work, somebody that wants to, has a vision of, you know, a certain goal, and you will do your best to obtain that goal, and you will do it, you won't obtain it until it's perfect, basically. You're putting out that energy of that stoic, like, loner that has that morbid sense of humor, that, you know, it's that kid in the class that's always quiet, that nobody quite gets, because they are very to themselves, because they are observers and listeners as well. They really take part in what they really hear what people are saying and how people are acting, because Saturn is the father, the strict father planet, and Saturn is the chart ruler. If you are a Capricorn rising, Saturn is your chart ruler. So you are that strict father, that no nonsense. You need to learn to lighten up and have fun. But when you do lighten up and have fun, people think you're funny, because you, like I said, you're kind of like Will Ferrell in a way, where you say stuff and people don't know if you're being serious or if you're joking, and they swear you're joking, so they laugh. You know what I mean? You have that type of sense of humor. That's what you're putting off to the world. You are putting off as a workaholic, as somebody who is very career driven and very status driven. And you're very serious and responsible. You put this air of responsibility out to the world. They know you are a responsible person. They know you are reliable. You are very reliable. All right. I'm a Capricorn moon, so. All right. We're going to move on. All right. Aquarius. Now, the Aquarius energy, this is a fixed energy. This energy is, you know, and it's an air energy. So having a fixed energy and it also being an air energy is kind of contradictory. I feel so sorry for Aquarius. But it's like you get these innovative ideas in your mind. You get these good ideas. And it's like, once you get them, you have to run with it. You have to see that idea through, because it's an innovative idea. It's a future forward idea. Aquarius brings that future forward idea. But it's also, okay, so that, you know, Saturn is restricted. That's where the fixed comes in. It's restriction, the fixed, right? But you're also, Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is very unpredictable. Uranus is very, you know, responsible for accidents, okay? So that's where the air comes in to Aquarius, okay? So those two energies combined, wow. No reason why. And people wonder why Aquariuses are out there. They are unique. They have their own unique energy. It's very wishful energy, very forward thinking, freedom fighting. Aquarius is that humanitarianism, okay? They had come up with genius ideas. They are freedom pavers for humanity. They are motivators. They are very good at motivation. Some of these are very psychic, because we're talking about Uranus here, which is, you know, very innovative, future forward thinking, okay? They're the water bearers. So it's like pouring all your hopes and all your dreams and making them become reality. Okay, it's about this energy. It was meant to stand out. This energy was meant to be different. This energy was meant to be unique. Aquarius rules the 11th house, which is global. Okay, it's global. It's networking. It's other people's children. It's not your children, other people's children. It is the world in general. A lot of Aquariuses are humanitarianisms, or humanitarian. I can't pronounce it. We're going on an hour and 24 minutes here, forgive me. But they're very into the earth. They're very into humanity. They're into helping. They're into, making the world a better place. They are very into, just moving forward. Like I said, with the Aquarius energy, I feel it's like a mad scientist, or it's that, it's that crazy hippie that, makes sense, that invents something so that, our cars can run on water instead of gasoline. It's kind of like that type of energy, because they're very environmental. It's that environmental energy. And if you think about what age we are in now, what age we have moved into, we are now in the age of Aquarius. And what we are undergoing right now, with this whole virus thing, nature is coming back. Nature is starting to take over again. So this is the Aquarius energy at play here. All right. So that is what Aquarius energy is. But it's very unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable, because it's thinking about the future. It's not thinking about the present. It's not thinking about now. It's thinking about the future. It's thinking about how the future is going to affect everyone, and everyone involved. Okay. So that's the Aquarius-like energy. If you are an Aquarius rising, you put out this own unique sense of self. People look at you and they think, wow, that person's out there. You might be the person that dresses a little differently. You might be the person that acts a little quirky or a little kooky. It's because you have all these creative ideas. You have these future forward thinkings just going on in your head. You are very, you might be the type of person that is really involved with nature, with taking care of the planet, with taking care of other people as well. Like, humanitarian is, you might do soup kitchens, volunteer your time, give to charities. That's what you put out to the world. So, people see you as, the person that has a heart of gold, the person that can come up with new innovative ideas, new ways, new solutions on how to get things done, on how to solve problems. People will come to you to solve problems as well, because you are a great problem solver, because you are a future forward thinker. And you're a fixed sign. So when you feel like somebody needs help, you will fixate on that. You will fixate on that until that person doesn't need help anymore. In turn, you need to learn to also help yourself as well. Like I said, very psychic, and they're motivators. These are freedom speakers. I think, I don't know. I need to kind of look up his chart too. I'm throwing out names without looking up their charts, but I think of Dr. Martin Luther King, what he did, how his speeches and what he did for the Black community. Other, freedom fighters and freedom speakers, I think it's Margaret Thatcher. Was she for women's rights? Anyways, so, it's been a long time. I learned it in school, and I haven't really thought about that since. But, freedom fighters, pave the wayers, motivators. These are the people that might start, if you're Aquarius rising, you might start strikes or protests or boycotts and stuff like that. You are really into that. All right, so if you are an Aquarius rising, then Uranus and Saturn rule your chart. So you have 2 planets as well ruling your chart. And those planets are contradictory because Uranus is rebellion. Uranus is about freedom. Saturn is about restriction. So Aquarius, that's what you are made up of. That's why you're so cookie. That's why you're so unique. And it's good. All right. So we're going to move on. Which brings me to the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces. So Pisces, you're the fish. I was on my astrology Facebook page, and somebody made a comment. They're like, describe Pisces. And then somebody wrote, the fish. And that's all they could think of. Which is funny because, I mean, that's what you are. You are a very spiritual person. You're very spiritual based, even if that spirituality is hidden from you, because Pisces rules the 12th house of things that are hidden. Okay, it's the 12th house of the in-between. Before we come into this, when we leave our last life, and before we come into our next life, it's that in-between stage, right? That hidden stage. It rules things that are hidden. So when you go to sleep, you're not in reality, but you're also not dead, so you're in between. You're in that in-between stage, right? And you dream. So Pisces is all about dreaming. It's about, being creative, because sometimes things just pop up out of the blue that you didn't even know you were good at. Pisces has that tendency to do that. They're very sensitive because they are very in tune with their emotions. This is water energy, and unlike Scorpio and Cancer, Pisces doesn't have an outer shell. They don't have that exoskeleton. So Pisces tend to be very emotional. They get overly emotional. Pisces, that Pisces energy walks to the beat of their own drum because they see the world in a different way. They don't see the world in the way that we see the world or that other people see the world. They see it through a different lens, basically. And people tend to think that Pisces are inconsiderate because of this, or they think that Pisces, got one over on, or whatever. They think that Pisces are taking advantage of them when it's really Pisces is like so off in their own world, they don't realize that they're doing that. It's not that they're intentionally doing that, because they are very sensitive. They don't have a malicious bone in their body. They do tend to, the Pisces like energy does tend to fall into escapism though, because the world is such a harsh place. Pisces is the most psychic of the zodiac. They are the most empathetic. So when they feel things, they really feel things. So Pisces do tend, like younger Pisces especially, they tend to fall into escapism, usually through drinking, because we are talking about a water sign, or drugs, because Neptune rules Pisces and Neptune rules drugs. So, that can be a part of the Piscean like energy. They have a great sense of humor, but they wear masks, but they wear masks from themselves too, if that makes any sense. The Piscean like energy is very hard energy to figure out because there is a lot that's hidden with it. Like I said, their ruler is Neptune. So Neptune is like the great deceiver. Neptune is like the the illusionist, pulls that illusion over your face. And then we have Jupiter, which is all about expansion. And Jupiter is also rules Pisces and the 12th house. So Jupiter expands it in this. So when they fall into escapism, they really fall into escapism because Jupiter is the planet. Now, they're very spiritual, they're very sensitive, they're highly psychic. They're the most psychic of the zodiac. So If you have strong Pisces placements in your chart, you can expect that you are psychic. They are a mutable sign, so they go with the flow. And if you think about it with the fish goes with the flow. They are very go with the flow. That's because they are very much in their own world. A lot of Pisces are really very much in their own world. If you are a Pisces rising, then you're showing to the world somebody who has an extremely big heart, someone who has a heart of gold, because you feel for others and what others are going through. But because of that, you can be taken advantage of. Now, like I said, your chart rulers, if you are a Pisces, you have 2 planets ruling your whole entire chart. You have Jupiter, which expands, and you have Neptune, which is the great deceiver. So lots of people can deceive you within your lifetime. Can make you feel like you're doing the right thing, but then all of a sudden stab you in the back. This is very, very, this is like a life lesson that Pisces risings need to learn. Also, if you're a Pisces rising, you're putting yourself out there as somebody who loves to have fun, who loves to drink, because if you are a Pisces rising, you can tend to fall into drugs or alcoholism. So it's very important that you watch that. Also, with the alcoholism and stuff like that, and you being a water base, your liver could suffer from that. So Pisces risings really have to be careful with their liver. But anyways, so the Pisces rising, you are giving off this sense of you walk to the beat of your own drum. And I can attest, my mother is a Pisces rising, and she walks to the beat of her own drum, let me say. But yeah, so Pisces rising, this is, your energy. This is what you fall into. And you might deceive yourself. You lie to yourself, and you have that sense of self-denial. You deny the truth of the matter, or you overlook the truth of what's really going on. You know what I mean? You pull the illusion over your eyes. But people see you as a good, kind-hearted person, somebody who is fun, somebody who understands, their problems and what they're going through. People come to you for help because you're so willing to give it, but they will take advantage of you. So that you have to really learn the difference between somebody who takes advantage of you and somebody who wants to truly needs your help and will use your help and will help you in return. But that's a Pisces rising. All right. Well, I hope that this video brought you some clarity and some sense on what each sign of the zodiac, what their energies are like. Like I said, when I go through these energies and stuff like that, I'm going to relate the planets, the houses, and the zodiac all together in each video, even though I might be talking specifically about, like the zodiac, or specifically about the planets, or specifically about the house, because I feel like the more you incorporate these, you hear what goes with what, it will help you decipher your own chart. I will put a link, or not link, I will put notes in the description box of every video, just some little key highlights from the video, and also timestamps so that later on in the future you can come back if you have a question. And if you have any questions on anything I said in this video, please let me know in the comment section below. I will answer them as soon as I can. Let's get to talking about this. What's in your chart? What rising sign are you? I'm curious to know what your ruling planets are. Let me know in the comment section below. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend. And I will see you in the next video. Until then.